everyone, welcome to our channel Bookworm. Here we'll be discussing about all the engineering concepts, and today started our video with computer communication networks. In that we've chosen the topic network models. So I'll be explaining about the network models and what all are involved in a network model and all the examples and the protocols involved, everything in our video. Let us get into the topic now. A network is basically a combination of hardware and software that sends data from one location to another. Hardware consists of the physical equipment that carries the signals from one point of the network to another, and the software consists of instruction sets that provides the services that we expect from a network. So in this video, we are giving a general idea about the layers of a network and their functions. First, let us briefly discuss about the OSI model, and then we'll concentrate about TCP/IP protocol. Now let us consider an example from our daily activities, which is a typical example for a networking model. Consider the transmission of a letter or any message from a sender to a receiver. There are so many tasks involved in it. Let us see all those tasks in a step-by-step procedure. First, in the sender side, the letter will be written and it will be put inside an envelope and it will be dropped in the mailbox. And then the letter is carried from the mailbox to the post office by a carrier, and then the letter is delivered to the carrier by the post office. So this will be, the postman will be taking taking all the letters from one place to another place, and then these letters are delivered in another central post office. There it is segregated according to the destination address, and then it will be sent to other post office, and then from there it is sent to the destination, and then the letter is picked up by the receiver from the envelope, and then it is read by the receiver. So in this example, we have the sender side, the receiver side, and on the way processing. At the sender side, we have three layers, that is the higher layer, middle layer, and the lower layer. In the higher layer, the sender will write the letter, insert it in an envelope, and then he'll drop it in his mailbox. And then in the middle layer, the letter is picked up by the postman and is delivered to the post office. And in the lower layer, the letter is sorted at the post office and a carrier transports the letter. Then on the way, the destination address is given by the sender. So according to that, it will be given to the particular central office. And then at the receiver side, we'll have to start from the lower layer, then the middle layer, and then the higher layer. In this receiver's side, in the lower layer, the carrier transports the letter to the post office, and then in the middle layer, the letter is sorted and delivered to the recipient's mailbox, and then in the higher layer, the receiver picks up the letter, opens it, and starts reading it. This is the typical example for a communication system. Now there are different network models. In that, first we'll be discussing about the OSI model. OSI model is the Open System Interconnect model. It was first introduced in the late 1970s, and an open system is a set of protocols that allows any two different systems to communicate regardless of their underlying architecture. It consists of 7 separate but related layers, that is application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link, and physical. You can use this short form, that is APSTNDP, to easily remember these 7 layers. A stands for application, P for presentation, S for session, T for transport, N for network, and D for data link, and another P for physical. The purpose of OSI model is usually to show how to establish communication between different systems without requiring change to the logic of the underlying hardware and software. Now let us see what the layers in the OSI model does. So first let us talk about the physical layer. The physical layer usually coordinates the function required to carry a bit stream over a physical medium. The physical layer is responsible for movements of individual bits from one node to the other node. And then the data link layer. Data link layer is responsible for moving frames. In the data link layer, the bits are combined, they are grouped together, and frames are formed. So for each frame will get transmitted in the data link layer. And then in the network layer, the delivery of individual packets from source host to the destination host is done. And then in the transport layer, message from one process to another is done. And then in the session layer, it is responsible for the dialogue control and synchronization and all. And in the presentation layer, it is responsible for translation, compression, fragmentation, encryption and all. And in application layer, it is responsible for providing services to the user. Now we'll be discussing about these 7 layers in detail in our next video.